So what we have here is a relatively small western diamondback rattlesnake, Crotalus atrox. We found this out front and we were going to go and release it. Unfortunately, the heat was a little bit too much and we should have released it at night, so that's a mistake we won't make again. It died in the container on the way out to release. So that said, we don't want to waste the snake, so what we're going to do is a couple of different things. One, we're going to preserve the tail, the rattle. Number two, we're going to preserve the skin. And number three, we're actually going to clean the snake and get it ready to fry it up and eat it for lunch. The first thing we're going to do is remove the head. Alright, so head is removed, and we're going to set that aside for later. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do is get the skin off. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right here to the opening, the anal opening, the cloaca, whatever you want to call it, and we're just going to cut right down the middle of the skin.
This was a diamondback rattlesnake.
That's right, it's a western diamondback rattlesnake, Crotalus atrox. Okay. So these are venomous creatures, so you need to be very wary of them, and you always want to observe them from a distance. They have a hemotoxin, which destroys blood and tissue. They're a little bit less venomous than their more infamous and dangerous counterpart, the Mojave rattlesnake, Crotalus scutulata.
And what are these guys' Latin name?
This is Crotalus atrox, the western diamondback rattlesnake.
Crotalus atrox?
Yep. So we're just going to keep cutting right here all the way up the snake. Okay, so then we're going to come back here to the rear, and we're going to continue to cut back down to the tail. Right there. Alright, and we'll go ahead and snip the tail off. Okay, set that aside here. Okay, so now we're going to strip the skin off. So you just slowly peel, and with rattlesnakes, in my experience, this comes off usually relatively easily. So I'm just going to pull it out like this.
Well, I guess that is true.
Alright, so in order to preserve the skin, what we will do here shortly is we'll spread the skin out like this, and we're going to take a knife and we're going to scrape out all of the extra fat and tissue and anything that might be hanging onto the inside of the skin here, and then we're going to submerge it in a solution of vegetable glycerin and alcohol for a few days, and then we'll hang it out and let it dry. Okay, so for the rest of the snake, we want to clean out all of the organs, the guts, whatever you want to call them, but we're going to clean out all the organs and get it ready to eat. So we'll get rid of all this connective tissue and these membranes out of here.
Where's the meat?
This is the meat right here. So
That's
see,
not that much.
these are all the rib bones. You see snakes have a lot of ribs. There's not a lot of meat to eat on these. A little less than you get out of, say, a chicken wing when you're taking a bite of these. So most of the time they're more trouble than it's worth, but we don't want to waste this perfectly good animal that died today. So we're going to go ahead and consume it. Okay, so the guts are out. We're going to go ahead and rinse this guy off. Get it nice and clean. So this guy is now ready for cutting up into friable sized pieces. When I was younger, I worked in an Old West theme town called Rawhide, and I worked in the Golden Bell restaurant. One of the things that we served in there as a novelty was rattlesnake, and you'd get a little certificate to say that you ate your piece of rattlesnake. So we're not going to have a certificate here today, but still pretty cool.
I've never tried a rattlesnake before.
I've only had it a couple of times. It's, like many other white meats, tastes very similar to chicken in that it doesn't have an awful lot of its own flavor. It tastes like whatever you put on it.
Is it actually like that?
Okay, so the meat is ready, and we're going to go ahead and turn the camera off for now, and we'll be back shortly to show you how to prepare the rattlesnake skin. Alright, so we're back, and what we're going to show you now is how to process the rattlesnake skin. Alright, so to start, what we're going to do is we're just going to spread the snake out as best we can. And then we're going to give it a light scraping on the inside of the skin to remove any connective tissue, any fat, etc. that might be on the inside of the skin. So this one came out really clean compared to others I've seen. So there's very little scrape work to be done. So we're just going to move along the sides here, and you can see a little bit of that connective tissue will come out there. And so we're just going to get as much of that off as we can, and then we'll put this thing in a slurry of vegetable glycerin and alcohol. About 50-50 vegetable glycerin and alcohol. We'll let it soak in that for about 3 days, and then we'll take it out, let it dry for about a week, and then there you go. It's in good shape. And about once every 6 months or so you want to take care of it and maybe oil it a little bit, but other than that it will last as long as any other kind of leather that you have. So just continue on here for a little bit, and we'll be back when we get towards the end. Okay, so we're all finished now. We've gone through and we've scraped the entire inside of the skin, getting all the connective tissue off. So there's just a little tiny bit that I can see I missed right there. So we'll scrape that last little bit off. And as you look at the skin, just take a close look. Try to get all that off. You're going to give it one more go over after you've soaked it in your solution for a few days. But it really helps to get as much of it off as you can early on. So as you can see, this one's in pretty good shape. It's pretty clean. Alright, so once you complete the process, you're going to go ahead, like I said, you're going to store it in a container filled with vegetable glycerin and alcohol, 50-50 mix, for about 3 days, making sure it's completely submerged. And then what you're going to want to do every day or so, maybe even twice a day, go out there and shake it up a little bit. Just make sure that that solution is covering the entire skin. And what you'll get out of it is at the end, you'll pull your snake skin out of the glycerin, you'll hang it up and dry it for maybe anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. And at the end of the process, you're going to have a skin that looks just like this, completely preserved. And you could take this and do whatever you want with it. You could use it to create a belt or holsters, a hat band, anything that you feel like. Alright, so we're back with the final step in the process, which is to get the snake ready for eating. So as you can see, I took the snake and I cut it up into some smaller chunks. And then we're just going to bread it with a little bit of flour. And we'll just use some salt and pepper and maybe a sprinkle of Old Bay seasoning. Let's get some pepper in there. Already added some salt, but we'll put a little bit more. And then just a small sprinkle of Old Bay. So we'll mix that all up real good. And then we're just going to dredge the snake in the flour mixture lightly. And then we're going to drop it into the oil on medium-high heat. And just let it fry. So we'll repeat the process with all these others. Now this is pretty thin meat. This is very small snake. Most of them are going to be relatively thin, so the frying time is going to be somewhat short.